Abene Menshi. Yes. So Mulenga is a student at the University of Zambia RIDGEWAY campus, which is a medical campus. It's a sort of bullying. Like people would, I would start with my height. Like no, you're very short. So like my height was, like comparing with Zacchaeus in the Bible and all that. Others would even say, no, you're just as ugly as the RANGO cartoon. Yeah, comments like that.
Now, I think there was a day that Shospit came in Zambia, and you had an opportunity of meeting him. Kindly share with us the experience. All right, thank you so much for joining us yet again on this interesting podcast. And to host this podcast, my name is Gerard Mambwe, and I'm so excited to be actually joined by, one of the interesting people, so to say. I don't know if I should say comedian or I don't know what word I should use, but then I'll just let the guest introduce himself. Of course, as you can see, I'm with the Rangorian, isn't it? All right, kindly introduce yourself. Who is Rango?
Oh, who is RANGO? Yeah, so my real name is Mulenga. Yes. Abene Menshi. Yes. So Mulenga is a student at the University of Zambia RIDGEWAY campus, which is a medical campus. Yes, I'm a 5th year biomedical sciences student. Yeah, so on top of that, I'm also a leader and an entertainer, like you said.
Yeah, great.
Yes.
And we're so glad to have you on this podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Beyond you being UNZA RANGO, who is UNZA RANGO?
Who is UNZA RANGO?
Yes.
Okay, so UNZA RANGO is actually just another part, the other side of Mulenga. Yeah, but Mulenga is a focused and determined leader, a student, a biomedical sciences student. Yeah, just a lot of things.
All right. Okay, and how has been the experience you've been in leadership?
I think the University of Zambia has provided me with an opportunity to actually experience leadership, because before UNZA I was in the association, which is an association for my program, UNZA Biomedsa, the University of Zambia Biomedical Sciences Students Association. Yes, so like it was more like a transition from an association going to the union, representing students at the larger scale. So it's been a wonderful experience, I would say. Yes.
Do maybe students or people around the campus take you seriously? Also minding the fact that you play another act, which is UNZA RANGO.
Yes. Yeah, they do actually. They do take me seriously because at the moment, yeah, the RANGO character was there during the elections, but afterwards, that person has just remained online on the internet, but physically, you get to interact with Abel Mulenga more often. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I know you are a student, and on the other side, you are an entertainer, as you already said. How do you balance, school and being an entertainer as well?
Okay, it's really been hard to like balance between the two, but I tend to like set priorities. Like the first thing, like I'm at UNZA because of studies and all that, but studies come first before everything else. So, like I said, discipline also comes, like it plays a very huge role in me switching between roles. So, like I tend to divide my time based on what I need to do at that particular time. Yes, so like leadership, my RANGO persona at the same time, like I tend to switch based on like portioning time at this yeah, just like that.
All right. Now you mentioned that you are pursuing biomedical sciences at the University of Zambia
Yes.
RIDGEWAY campus. Which year are you in, and how has it been for you to actually pursue biomedical sciences? You know, at RIDGEWAY they say that's where the brains are. Things there, people don't play there. That's what I've been hearing. Is that true?
It's actually true.
Uh-huh.
I'm actually in 5th year. This is my final year.
Mhm.
Yes. So, Ridgeway campus as compared to Greatest Road campus. Okay, Greatest Road campus we have like entertainment throughout, but for Ridgeway campus it's rare to find. Like everyone is always busy.
Mhm.
It hasn't been an easy journey, but through determination and discipline, yeah, we've been pushing, and yeah, here we are at the finishing line.
All right. So Unzarango, how did it come about, and
Okay.
how did you react immediately that the name, came about? How did it come about, Unzarango?
Okay. So the name, like just came about. At Ridgeway campus,
Mhm.
we usually have a talent show. I would call it. Yes, it's known as Arts Night, where all the programs at Ridgeway campus they come together and compete in various categories. Yeah, drama, modeling, and all that. So like during that time, I was representing my program. That's where I could hear this name. Like people are calling me different names because I took part in a certain category. So whenever I stepped on stage, people used to like call me at different names, and among them was Rango. Yeah, it didn't phase me because growing up, like people were like, I've been bullied a lot. So like at this point, no amount of bullying would move me.
Okay.
So the time I decided to take part in the elections, UNZA elections, that's when I was like, okay, let me try to like adopt something that's going to at least make people laugh.
Okay.
And that's when I went
That's how it
for
came
this
about.
character. Yes, and that's how it came about.
Okay, great. Well, you're still watching the Young People's podcast, and I'm Gerard Divesamambo, your host, and of course, I'm with Abel Mulenga, popularly known as Unzarango, is here with me to just learn more about him, and of course his life, academic, and a lot more. Remember that the Young People's Podcast, you can catch it on various social media platforms. On YouTube, we have Long Joe, which is actually very soon will be the Young People's Podcast, and of course on Gerard Vesamamwe Facebook page, and of course even on TikTok. Yeah. So you mentioned that in the process of you coming up with the name, you were like bullied, isn't it? What
Yes.
sort of bullying did you face?
Okay, the sort of bullying, like people would, I would start with my height. Like, no, you're very short. Um, so like my height was, like comparing with Zacchaeus from the Bible and all that. Others would even say, no, you're just as ugly as the Rango cartoon. Yeah, comments like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's how the
And
name
how
came
did you
about.
feel, and how did you react to such, comments?
Okay, so like I've said, through primary, secondary, up to university, people like I've encountered people that like just tend to say anything they feel like saying about me. So like I think I've grown up with that, like not paying attention to whatever someone says, especially negativity. I don't like condone it. So like even if like at this particular time, if someone was to say something, anything mean or anything that they can say towards me, I would just ignore it.
Ignore it.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me at all.
Okay.
So
Do you personally see the resemblance in Rango?
uh no, I don't see it.
Why don't you? Because people actually resemble you to Rango because the way
Yes.
you, because of your, maybe your appearance, the way you act, and the way you look.
Okay, so like for the appearance, people are just like, oh, you look like Rango and all that. So since I thought it was going to work to my advantage, I actually sat down and watched the movie multiple times so that I can get the character. And okay, I was like, since I've gotten the looks are already there, it's only now the matter of adopting how that character, like how Rango acts and everything. That's how I adopted both the name and the character as well. So yeah, I studied both, and yeah, it worked out. It's still working out.
All right, that's great. And you've become known to most of the students for making them laugh. How is humor important to you? How is humor important to you?
Yeah, it's very important to me in the sense that, okay, like I usually have sometimes when you're just feeling low, school pressure and all that, I always run to things that always makes me laugh. So I tend to, like, I feel of extending that to the next person as well, because as students, many a times when we are having mental health challenges and all that, so to avoid that, I think to those that I make laugh, like those that find my whatever that I do funny, I think I try to do it because I understand humor is very important in a person's life, especially mentally. So yeah.
Okay, so has there been maybe any opportunity that have been opened for you because of you using the name UNZA RANGO? What sort of opportunity, and how is it? How does it feel for you?
Okay. Okay, I've had like a lot of opportunities using the same character. Yeah, some of which I can't say. Yes. But I think I'm just going to share like what happened when we went for Nchwala in Eastern Province.
Yeah.
So when we are entering the gate, UNZA, like as UNZA students, we never had tickets and all that. Like we were supposed to have invitation cards in order for us to enter. So we are not allowed to enter. And then this man just saw me and took me aside, and he actually promised, like he wanted to help me like get a card and take me to the VIP section and all that. Yeah, but I wasn't alone. We were with students, and then I actually turned down that offer. Like, how is it going to be if I leave the students that I came with? I leave them here at the gate, and then I go and sit there. I actually thanked him. Yes, I just thanked him, and I was like, oh no, we'll try to find a way in which like everyone is going to enter, because it won't make sense that me as a leader, I go in, leaving the people I came with outside. So I think such kind of opportunities, among others.
So you actually everyone entered at the end of it.
Eventually, we found someone that helped us enter.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Great. That's wonderful. Now, I think there was a day that Showspeed came in Zambia, and you had an opportunity of meeting him. Kindly share with us the experience. How was it for you?
The experience, I would describe it as a full circle moment for me, because I used to watch him just from afar. I never thought that I would meet him one day, but that time he came here in Zambia. By the way, I had no intentions of going there, because I would see like how people are surrounding him. So I was like, no, chances of me meeting him were very slim, because I wasn't going to manage like penetrating through the people and get to him. But our vice president from RIDGEWAY campus was like, he insisted actually, no, let's just go and give it a try. Maybe you're going to manage seeing him. That's how we went. And yeah, we found a lot of people the time we were rushing there. Even personally, I gave up, like, no, won't manage, because there were a lot of people and plus security. I just told him, let's just go back to campus, because it won't make sense. We won't manage seeing him. And then he persisted, no, let's just wait for him here at the gate. Perhaps we just see how it's going to end. Yeah, that's how we waited for him. He was done. We were actually by NASDAQ. So like after he was done with whatever was happening inside there, So now on his way out, that's how he lifted the portrait that we had. So it got his attention. The car stopped. That's when I went to him now.
Wow,
Yeah, he
that's
extended his hand. Yeah, he actually pulled me to his car, and that's how I joined him and all that.
fantastic.
Yeah, so like that entire thing, I I was struck, I would say, because I never thought that something like that would happen. So I actually greeted him. He asked what I was doing there, and then he explained. So I was still in shock, like, is this really happening? Yeah, but it was a wonderful experience.
Great.
It really was.
Well, you're still watching the Young People's podcast with me, Gerard Mambwe. And of course, I'm playing host to Abel Mulenga, popularly known as UNZA RANGO. Of course, he's here with me. Now, as we conclude, has your popularity or you being famous affected how you interact with the lecturers and the students as well?
I would say yes and no at the same time. Okay, so like the experience is different. There are others, like, they are more curious when I come across them. Like some lecturers would, pay attention to you, give you more attention and recognition. Others just like act normally, but I just embrace it. Oh, yeah, students, my classmates, they are actually cool with it because I used to like entertain them even before the Rango thing. So like entertainment has always been there. So yeah, the treatment has changed a bit. I would say the Rango character plus me being in leadership, I think they've that more respect from students, and yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Now, as we conclude, where do you see yourself in the next maybe 3 years as UNZA RANGO, not as Abel Mulenga?
Okay. As UNZA RANGO.
Yes.
Okay, so RANGO is a global I would say, is it a character?
No. Yeah, yes.
It's a global brand.
Yeah.
So I actually see myself being recognized there, not just the brand dying here in Zambia, but penetrating across the globe. Yes.
Great. Now, finally, what is your message to the young people out there who are just coming up into the entertainment industry, being an entertainer and the like? What is your message of advice to such kind of young people especially?
Okay, so to the young people, my advice would be embrace your difference. There are people out there that are going to like concentrate so much on what they think is different from you. Yeah, it's different, like something which is ugly about you, they will make sure that they point at that. If possible, utilize that to make yourself stand out. Yes, and to those that are coming in the entertainment industry, like, they are just people that are going to like be negative towards your work, and they'll always be discrediting your work. But my advice would be like, just focus on what you are doing, and everything will make sense at the end of the day.
All right, are you leaving us with something to smile about that the viewers out there can smile about
Something.
As we leave? Yeah.
So something.
Anyway, in case you want water, we have water here.
So the only thing I think that I can encourage you is make sure that you are always hydrated. And apart from that, I always call my followers and those that actually love my work. We have a Menshi here, which is Abene Menshi. So if you want this, you can actually reach out. Yes.
All right, thank you so much, UNZA RANGO. I think for now I'm going to have that hat kasote for now.
No.
Yeah.
No, I can't give you this.
Why?
No, you can't just have it.
All right, that is Abel Mulenga, popularly known as UNZA RANGO, and he's been with me right here on the Young People's podcast. And I must say thank you so much, UNZA RANGO, for coming. We really appreciate.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
for
it's
having
been
me.
it's been some days trying to have this peace with UNZA RANGO, and well, finally it has come to pass, and I just want to say thank you once more. And this has been your host, Gerard Mambwe, and on behalf of the entire Young People's podcast, Frank Longwani, and of course we have Felix Lukusu and many others who are behind this podcast. So thank you so much for watching. Until we meet again, keep sharing, keep commenting, and let's keep following the Young People's podcast. Goodbye for now.